Sometimes I catch myself being like, I want to fall in love. I want to fall in love. I want someone I can embrace and hold in the dead of the night. Oh, to wake up with the early mornings. I want someone to love. And then guess what? And then I'll be like, bitch, you literally have Liam. And I'll go like, what? It's like, yeah, you have Liam. You literally have Liam. And then it's like, oh, right. And I just kind of roll my eyes. And I felt bad because this conversation took I did that to myself like 6 seconds ago. But, and then I kind of realized, well, to be fair, anytime I have been like, oh my god, I've got Liam, me and Liam are gonna do so much for Halloween, he's like, oh, like what? I'll be like, yeah, we can go get pumpkins and go to a pumpkin patch and take cute photos and go down the huge slide and carve pumpkins that look like each other's faces. And he was like, what if I don't want to carve pumpkins that look like each other's faces? I said, what if we just carve pumpkins in general, and even if we mess up, it'll be funny. And he's like, yeah, but what if I don't want to do that? It's like, oh, we could do special effects makeup on each other. I know that's one of my biggest hobbies I used to have as a kid. I used to love that. And I can make you look like a horror movie monster or like a zombie or like a fucked up saw trap victim or something. And he'd be like, what if I don't want to do that? And it's like, hell, even how do I put this? We might meet later tonight, and that's solely because he fucked up Valentine's Day. And it's like, and then I just had to straight up tell him, I can't remember the last time I enjoyed a holiday with you. Because it's true. It's like, where was he for Christmas? He wasn't there. He dropped the ball. Mitchell picked that shit up and fucking Matt ran a home run with it, baby. A touchdown. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, Liam fucked up so bad that he almost had me introduced to my next future husband. I'm just saying. Is Mitchell my next future husband? No. My future husband would exfoliate and respect no for an answer in bed. And I don't know. I'm just saying. Sometimes I have those moments in general. Like growing up, I would watch movies where it's like, it'd be like a wholesome sister movie or a wholesome family moments with like, you are my sister and I love you and I will never, like, it'll be cute movies like Twitches or like The Parent Trap or whatever. And I'd be like, oh, I wish I had a sister. I do. And she's a stank ass bitch, but it's okay. We never got along well. Yeah, but she went out of her way to be a hostile bitch. There's some shit I did too, but it's like it's a lot worse. I mean, a lot less worse than what she did to me. I'll say it like that. Shit got so bad between me and that whore who I only called a sister for the sake of convenience of this video, that I made a video on here openly saying, oh yeah, if she got fed to the fucking wolves, I would feel bad for the wolves. It's like, that's not good to have all that toxic energy in your system. It's poisonous. Or at least I said something along those lines. That was pretty brutal, wasn't it? Yeah. Something I did say was that if my sister ever passed away, I would feel bad for the people around her. But it's like, would I feel grief myself? I would feel bad for the life she lived. I'd feel sorry for her, if that makes sense. Like, oh, she died? Yeah, I imagine dying sucks. Her friends are gonna really miss her. And I bet her brothers will be really sad and stuff. That's a shame. It's so weird having I don't know, sometimes I feel bad for feeling things like that, but then I go, do these people feel bad for the situations they put me in? It's like the bitch literally donated to my GoFundMe only to complain openly about the fact that I made a video when I was like 19 where I just hinted at like the abusive shit she did to me when I was like 12. That entirely changed my brain chemistry. It's like, it's like, bitch, you did hear about how that made me become extremely suicidal and how all of the collective abuse and all that got worse to the point of like sex work and this and that. It's like, and rape. You were just like, I'm gonna ignore all that. It's like, you just really were like, I'm gonna shoot a shot Tamia's direction when she's already like possibly homeless and possibly gonna kill herself after estranging both sides of our family. Really, bitch? You could have just sent the little fucking change and went about your day. Like, no sort of, I hope you'll be safe. You are still very much loved and cared for. No sort of any of that. Simply put, yeah, bitch, you is like, yeah, I see what kind of person you are. No, thank you. This got a little dark. I didn't mean for this video to get so dark, but that's what happens when you have a very fucked up life. Now, moving on. Also, yeah, how demented of a person must you be where it's like, oh yeah, she's estranged herself from both sides of the family and is possibly homeless and may or may not kill herself or be fuck knows where. I should go out of my way to shit on her for a video she made years before, where all she did was talk about, like, yeah, going through abusive shit isn't fun, and they acted like bitches, and it fucked me up. For like, it's like you hear me openly talking about how that shit was so bad I had extreme PTSD and hella trauma and shit, and yes, diagnosed PTSD from my therapist and everything, and you make it about you. Yeah, I don't like you anymore. Well, not like I ever did, but it's like, huh, it's like it took it from like 25 to 30% to just like negative a million. Now to bring this video back on a lighter note, because that got very dark very fast, and I feel it throbbing in my brain when the mental illness is starting to kick in. It's so fucked up whenever I have moments like that. Whenever I have, but I don't know. Then again, sometimes people put themselves in those situations, so you can't feel too bad. Like, I'm just saying, if you have a boyfriend and or whatever the fuck you've got, and you're like, oh my god, I crave a romance, I crave a love, I want someone that I can just talk to all the time and text and like look forward to what they're doing and like make plans with them, like, and you genuinely want that, and then it's like, oh, what, like, you should probably should leave your boyfriend. I'm just saying. It is kind of fucked up that with Liam, like, I'll put it this way. I already know the cycle. He's gonna be good for like a week. We're gonna have a nice night tonight if we met up, and then we're gonna watch him slowly get more distant, slowly get more cold. Conversations go back to a standstill, break down, almost distanced, and then he wants to buy his way back into my life. It gets pathetic. It gets pathetic because it's like, okay, nigga, you don't. It's like it's just like a monthly subscription fee to be ain't shit to me. Hmm. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. You'll just see niggas do shit like that because instead of like trying to grow and be better as a person, they'll just use their wallet. You know, it's kind of like the same mindset to why some dudes get sex workers because they don't want to actually change their ways. They don't want to, they could invest like the same money or even less into therapy and like getting help and unpacking their baggage and trauma and figuring out like why they're avoiding their goals and what insecurities they have and self-fulfilling prophecies that could be prolonging like certain bad experiences and like preventing like good from coming in, and instead they'll be like, nah, I'm just gonna keep trying to buy endless guilt gifts to give to my ex so that she forgives me, and then I'll just wait 3 weeks after I keep fucking up to do it again. I'm just saying, if he didn't put himself in the position, it would have never happened. It would have never happened. If he put himself in a position, because it's like, yeah, when I told him that, when I would cut him off before, I really told him it was like, I can't even remember the last time I've enjoyed a holiday with you. And that's true. Like, to a very sad extent. And it's like that reminds me that we did when we broke up. It was like a week or so after Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving was so fucking terrible and he was so incompetent in every single way, shape, and form that I was just like, yeah, I remember he rolled over to me in bed and I was staring at the ceiling trying not to cry because I just realized I had no feelings for him whatsoever. And he looked at me with so much love and he said, "Happy anniversary, baby." And I just started crying. Not because I actually loved him or wanted him, but just because I realized it was like, this is not what I want. I deserve better than this. And I did. And I left. Life got better. And we're still around each other, but it's just interesting. It's like, I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to know that he's not the best guy around for me. He just wants to feel that way a little bit from time to time, but deep down he knows it's not true. He just doesn't want it in his face all the time. So I come to YouTube to talk about it. But it's just sad. It's just sad that it's like, instead of wanting to be the best man himself, he wants to just be to get away with as much as he can and have the facade of being the best man around, but then occasionally have me rescind a fake role and usurp him from a fake role as the best guy in my life until he eventually does something big again, and then I can give it. It's like a useless title. Like, Jesus Christ. It's just a weird feeling. I don't know. It makes me want to. Like, it makes me feel like a bad person, though I know I'm not. Because they're the ones who want me, and they're the ones who want that. But it does make me want to cry a bit. It's like, something about it makes me want to cry. That there's someone out there who. Do they fully even like me that much? Not really. But do they still always want me around? Sort of. I don't know. Liam's just a weird mix between a guy who cares and a guy who does not give a single fuck. And it's just like, what do you even want? I ask him. We've talked about this for a while now, or I've talked about it. I've said we haven't been having conversations. None of that. No offense. Why do you think I've been swooning over Mitchell so hard? I'm finally reaching the point where I don't even care about Mitchell anymore. I recognize that I would have liked having Mitchell as a friend, and of course, Mitchell's an attractive guy. He has everything I lust for in a man. Of course he does. But deep down, he sucks. So, you know, and I can just find someone who doesn't suck. And even if they're uglier or stupider or whatever the fuck, I'll take it over Mitchell, because if Mitchell were even standing in front of me right now, trying to talk to me, I think a part of me still would hate him. I would resent him. I'd see him for what he is instead of what I thought he was and what he portrayed himself to be and what I wanted to believe that he was. I would just see him as a pathetic fucking man. It's a shame it had to be that way, but that's Mitchell's choice. And if that's what he wants, I'll get it. But I swear to God, if I ever become famous or rich or wealthy or healthy, and don't you dare laugh, there's a potential bitch. You're such a hater. I'm just kidding. Like if I wake up one day and I'm as wealthy as Doja Cat, and or if I wake up one day and I'm fucking perfect, like everything is perfect, and then he wants to be like, "Hey, Tamia, do you remember me from that Christmas?" It's gonna be fuck you. It's gonna be fuck you and stay away from me because you had me and you ruined me in an impressive amount of time, and I'm not trying to have that again. So no. But I don't know. I just feel bad for it. Like I don't know. It's interesting that Liam just likes to put himself in a position to like be the underdog. I don't know. He like I get it. Male psychology is really a bitch. It's like why does it take the knowledge? It's like you don't want to know about other men, but you also do, so that then you realize that you have competition and that you can step up and that I truly am valuable. Why can't you just see my value without another man being involved? Like, why does it have to be like, I don't know, kind of like the equivalent of like leftovers that you don't really want until you notice your roommate is like drunk and hungry on a late night and would fucking love your leftover like garlic bacon ranch pizza, and then suddenly you really want your garlic bacon ranch pizza and you want to care for it and shit, but deep down you know damn well that you really want some Popeyes. But you know, it's a claim thing, I guess. But still, I don't know. But I guess ironically, Mitchell told me this quote, and it's one of those. Sometimes men I meet, even when they're stupid as fuck, they say some stuff that really does change my brain psychology forever. He said, "Well, if someone is clearly happy in their position, why do you feel bad for them?" And I said, "But they're not. They complain and they do this and they do that." And he was like, "Yeah, but think about it. They haven't left. So clearly they're perfectly happy where they are because they don't want to leave. So don't feel bad for them because they're happy with it." And I wish someone would have told me some shit like that sooner. I would have left certain people behind a lot sooner once I realized they were comfortable in their own misery. Or their own, like, if, like, you know, some people just gotta keep going through their own version of Groundhog Day before they learn their lesson. Oh, well. Hmm. But I will say this. I don't know, it just feels weird to know that every time I read a romance novel or a manhwa, or I'm watching like a good ass episode, like I'm watching amazing quality movies and stuff, or TV and anime, or even just seeing videos online of people getting proposed to and falling in love, and I'm just like, oh man, I wish I had someone I could snuggle up to and love and go on dates with and da 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 da. And then my brain reminds me, Tamia, you literally have Liam. He's trying to text you right now asking to meet up. It's like, right, but that's different. I want to go on dates with someone who can actually hold a conversation. I want to go on dates with someone who hears about the good I'm doing in my life and they feel happy for me instead of just like intimidated or bored and uninterested. I want someone that genuinely, and that's what I want. I want the best. I'm not trying to settle for some bullshit ass ex of 3 years who somehow has less connection with me despite the prolonged time together. And honestly, I'm glad I left sooner because I knew back then, I already knew like if I stay with this man for, if I'm already with a man for like a year and he can't even like get to the point where I'm playfully talking about marriage and kids with him, or even just like a what if, or like even any of that, like no talk of goals, anything, nothing really, why would I be around you? You see why I felt for Mitchell so hard, because it took Mitchell like It took Mitchell like a day and a half to get obsessed with me, and it took Mitchell only a few days to really start tripping out hella hard. Like, full on getting a fake engagement ring and stroking it in public type shit. Like, full on just like, ooh, I could download an app so we could see what our potential kids. Like, Mitchell was insane. Was he? Absolutely. Did I still love it compared to the energy Liam was giving? Absolutely. Absolutely. That type of shit was like, amen. It's like fake or real. Feels fucking good, doesn't it? And overall, I want the type of love. I want that. The passion, the limerence, the yearning, like the craving and desiring of each other, but also, of course, a happy ending. Of course. That would have been nice with Mitchell, but it's okay. Ah! I almost cried. Jesus. I was about to have a single fucking 24 hours where you were not going to see me bring up Mitchell and start crying. I'm so close. One day of not yearning for Mitchell, or about almost 2 days. Even though if you were like, Tamia, weren't you masturbating earlier to him? Shut the fuck up. That's not related to the topic. Still, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Grieving is a process. What can we say? Oh, where was I going with that? I got sidetracked. Oh yeah, but yeah, it's just interesting to know that it's like I can fully be yearning for love, and then my body will be like, don't you have someone who's trying to love you right there? But I still recognize, no, that's not someone who loves me. That's someone who wants me to love them. But even then, no, they don't. They want me around for to feel good or to look better to people or just to not be alone. And that's pathetic. I think that's the same reason I feel the way about my family. Because, well, family is a stretch. That's just what I'm calling them for the convenience of this video. More like, I've never saw them as people who truly loved and cared for me, and their actions have definitely aligned with that. So why should I bless them with a title? Like, simply put, I recognize what they. I'm not putting them in my fantasies because fantasy is often better than reality. And the fantasy is like, you'll see movies where it's like, I'll never let you go, big brother, or I love you, fellow sibling, or yes, mom and dad, you make my life better. And then my reality was, nah. Nah, me and my siblings hated each other. We watched each other get whoopings sometimes just because it's like, eh. It's like, eh, we hate each other. Like, once my entire family saw me choke on a hot link, and I was fully choking on it for like 4 fucking minutes straight, damn goddamn near, and or at least it felt like that. All I knew is I was running out of oxygen fast. I had to physically force my own hand down my throat and pull on the hot link while also trying to reach my uvula so I can make myself fucking vomit out the hot dog. And because fucking 4 competent adults just decided, we're gonna just watch her die. And what's funny is years later, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia made an episode that was basically that. And I thought to myself, which fucked up ass motherfucker just saw me post about that on Reddit and said, hey, this you can make an episode out of this. It's actually like, but I have proof. I have proof that this happened to me before the episode ever got filmed. I truly do. It was funny as fuck. Anyway, I should probably see when my food gets here. But in a nutshell, yeah, shit is. Huh. It's like, yeah, if they aren't deserving of the title, and like, yeah, they have proved that they are unworthy of the fantasy because we see their reality. So I guess I'm just gonna have to keep fantasizing about my ideal lover, as Liam is just some guy. So it's kind of fucked up that he put himself in a position where I could be eating snacks with him and watching movies and hanging out with him and cuddling with him and, sometimes occasionally kissing him when he has his mouth acting right. But that I still will be yearning for more because it's like, do I want a dude where I can only kiss him closed mouth, like, mwah, like you would a grandma or like a baby's head? No, I want a nigga who I can safely like tongue kiss deep and passionately as if we crave each other like fucking water. Do you think that I want to it's like, yeah, it's like I don't just want to watch a movie with somebody. I want to watch a movie with somebody who has opinions and can actually have conversations about themes and narratives and character acting and all that. Do you think I want to just go out to eat? No. And if I do, okay, Liam's good for that. But when I actually want to eat and have like enthralling or like exhilarating or even silly conversation over burgers, just like I did with Mitchell. God damn it. I'm not crying yet. I'm not crying. I don't want it to just be like how times with Liam goes, where it's like we're eating Thai food together and the food is delicious, but aside from, it's really good. Mm, mm. Or like, do you want a piece? It's like it's just total silence and staring at each other and occasionally winking. I deserve better than that, and it's good that I do. So I guess it's good that my brain just reminds me, like, hey, don't forget, you still have people you can hang. Like, it's like if I'm ever like, oh no, I want to be cuddled and kissed, it's like, oh right, I could just ship myself off to Liam's place, and we could cuddle and kiss and eat Popeyes and stuff if I'm craving romance in an ego sort of way. Like if I just want to have that, to be able to say I have that and to be able to fill a niche, you know? Kind of like how you can fantasize about a relationship but know you're not ready for love. If I'm just feeling like I want some chicken and dickens, then I can go to Liam's and get some KFC and fuck from behind or whatever. Or a missionary sometimes, or side sex, or, well, okay, that doesn't matter. But if I want actual, real love and romance, then trust me when I say I want someone that actually makes me feel like I'm alive. Not just someone I can be on like fucking autopilot with. Like actual, like, I'm feeling emotions. Are you there for me? I'm feeling love. I'm feeling scared. I'm feeling driven. Like I want someone who actually would bleed for me. Not someone who would act like they would bleed without me, but secretly wouldn't even notice if I left their bedroom to cry for 30 minutes like Liam. I want someone where they can just tell how I'm feeling before I even know what I'm feeling. Like Mitchell. Damn it! Okay. Well, okay, I did pray for the perfect guy, and Mitchell just so happened to be the facade of the perfect guy. It makes sense that I'm using him as an example, because he is the closest one. Otherwise, I could make up examples, but he was the perfect one. Mitchell was the type of dude that would just show up to the fucking breakfast table with like fruit and eggs that I wanted to get up and get myself before I even knew that I wanted them. I could just slightly be thinking about it and he'd be getting that shit for me. He was a sweet guy. He would be the type of guy where I would get snarked at by a customer service worker and he would just rush to like hug me, kiss me, stroke my arm. Even if I'm not even openly showing I'm sad, he would just tell that I was a little frustrated. And I hide my emotions really well when I want to, but he still saw through that shit and he was like, fuck that bitch at the front desk. She's rude, she's mean. Like, she's just some old hag who's staying at an overnight shift job, probably making shit fucking pay, and here we are drinking sherry, having a good time, and getting dick that she hasn't had in years. You are doing so much better than her. Like, nah. Like, and that's what I want. And even if I can't get it from Mitchell, that's fine. I still want that. I actually want the type of lover where they fit my fantasies. They fit what I desire and need. And mind you, it doesn't have to be Mitchell, but just in general, I want the type of lover where I see cute shit, and instead of being like, this is me someday, I want this, I go, oh wait, I already have this. Or, huh, good for them, because I already got way better at home. That's the type of love I want. So, yeah, don't feel bad if you sometimes see families on TV and forget that you have your own, and sometimes catch yourself wishing that you had siblings. Because, you just got shitty ones. It's okay. It's fine to want a replacement, you know? You could be watching fucking commercials on your fucking shitty TV that you already got for flat screens TVs, you know? You could enter the jewelry store wearing zirconia and leave with diamond. You know, you could have certain things and still realize you want better. So go ahead, watch those ads about flat screen TVs on your shitty box TV and still aspire for a flat screen. It's fine. You can do that. I'm just saying. Always know you can aim for better and don't feel bad about it. Just remind yourself the people who you are dismissing usually deserved that and aim for better in general. Because simply put, Liam dropped the ball many times, so it makes sense that I see him as like forgettable or someone on the back burner because he does nothing to be memorable. I'm gonna admit that. Like, simply put, he put himself in that position and he's happy there. He truly is. Otherwise, after Christmas, when he realized that I was spending my Christmas with a 6'5" dude with an 8.5-inch dick and a wonderful personality, and that we were in some random hotel, like having the time of our lives, just being anywhere around San Francisco. If he saw some shit like that and felt so horrible about it, he would have never put himself in the position to disappoint me again for like Valentine's Day. He would have not walked past, like, you're at your grocery store job and you're next to a Walgreens. So almost every single day since January 2nd, you've seen nonstop Valentine's Day shit. And you've been walking past that shit with your head down, buying yourself Cheetos, and then Valentine's Day comes and you didn't plan shit for me. And then you want to sulk about being alone. on the day. I'm just saying, he clearly is happy in the position he's at, otherwise, he'd strive to be better. So I strive for better. Because if he can't be better, I'm going to strive for better. Amen.